Covering a lot of bases in this video. Try and keep up. Good morning, YouTube. It is Friday morning, 9:05 now in the time-wise. I'm just sort of killing time. My sister said they're not going to be there until this afternoon, and so it looks like I'm kind of off the hook for a while. I really thought it was going to be this morning. She says 1 o'clock, so I'll have to leave here around noon and get there at the right time. So it's only, like I said, 9 now, so I did a little more work on this. I thought I would get a head start on Saturday's video. There is going to be one today from yesterday. That's the way I'm having to do this because it's easier this way. And that way I can sort of keep a video up every day and stuff like that. So what I want to point out now is this part. Remember I said I was avoiding this part here. And I've got that in now. Except for there's 3 capacitors that's got to go here. All three of the 150 nanofarad caps go here. One goes across this one goes across this one goes across this one. So that's where all those will go, and I think I will just wait for those. I was going to tack in the 100 nanofarad, but according to tracking for the U.S. Postal Service, those will be here tomorrow. So there's no sense in tacking in the other ones and you know, doing that extra stuff. So I'll just wait and get those in and have them all in at once and be done with it. So like I said, I'm going to take I've got enough room to put those across here, and those will work out rather well that way. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm working in this area down here. Let me show you on the schematic, or actually the layout. This is the area I'm in right at the moment. And this line coming down here, I have this line. It goes underneath, underneath that 10 nanofarad capacitor. And this has got to go to the base, and I think what I'm going to do is actually route that behind the transistor and come over this way and do it. I think because this has to go to the collector for the transformer here. So that's got to go there, and then this one here goes to that 10 nanofarad, and I'll have to run the lead probably backwards also and come around there and hook up to that. So I don't think that will be a very big problem putting in, and that's what I want to do. Get that in now, or actually right now, not right now, but I mean, you know, as soon as I get done talking to you guys. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me get off here and do that. I think I can get that done. I've got I'm pretty much ready to go. I just that's the other thing. I want to go out there in the car and see if I can't get that Blaupunkt out. I've got those little keys that come with the radio that you slide in there, and it'll pull that it lets you pull that faceplate or the radio itself out, and without actually, you know, having to undo everything else. And I think if I can do that, and that way I can just slide that back in after I get that. What I'm going to do is take that little faceplate off, and I think underneath that I'll be able to get a hold of that film and get that off, and I should have a display under there so I can see. That would be nice. So I'll let you know more about that. I may take the camera out there and look at that. Now, I also I talked to my sister. Ezra's not going to be there today, but I am taking the stuff down there and letting them, you know, I'll just leave it with them and they can give it to him. So he has to spend some time with his dad every once in a while. I think that's probably what's going on. I'm not really sure, but so that's probably what's happening. So anyway, trying to get a piece of wire out of this groove. That's the only thing I do not like about these tiles on the top of this bench is the grooves between the place and press tile. They just seem to attract every little piece of wire, and it bugs me when stuff's down in there. So, alright, I've talked long enough. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, what we got going on now, it is 9:27. I have kind got these all, let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the transistor I just put in here, and I'll show you on the sheet in just a second. The collector's on, obviously on this end, and base in the middle, and the emitter on that end. So if we look at it, this is the collector. Goes to the leg of the oscillator transformer, right there. And this is the base. Comes over to the B+, or actually not the B+, but the bias supply. Ties in there, goes all the way up through here. And the emitter goes over here to the 10 nanofarad. This is the 10 nanofarad, one leg of the 10 nanofarad capacitor going over here. And that's it. So that's what that does, and I'll show you on the schematic. Okay, this is the one I just put in. This is the collector, goes over to that leg of the oscillator transformer. Base goes over to the bias supply from up here. And the emitter goes to the 10 nanofarad. And that's exactly how we've got it. It's wired in good. It's a little close there, but you know, that's okay. I've double checked, made sure there is absolutely no connection, if the camera will focus. No connection between those, and might be a little bit too close. There we go. Anyway, there's no connection between those, and everything's hunky-dory there. So I've got a couple more things to attach to that. That B+ or that bias supply gets another connection there. And it goes over to another part of the board, but that will be a wire, you know, insulated wire that connects there, and that's not a big problem. So that, and then the I think that's the only thing on the other parts. I think it may go to that 1K on the 10 nanofarad. I think. Looking at it, it looks like it goes to the 1K. So I'm gonna have to bring that over. But anyway, I'm just kind of trying to get the lay of the land here. But I think I'm gonna knock off for now. I want to get, like I said, I'm gonna try to take that radio out in the car and see if I can get that done, and we'll go from there. So you guys have a wonderful day. I shall be back sometime this evening and either continue this or take a look, be looking at the isolation transformer, which should be delivered today. Alright, back with you again. It's now 9:49. I don't know if you can see these scratches. I'm sure you probably can. There's I've tried to get this off before I took this faceplate off, and it actually appears some ways to be the actual face of it, and in other ways I had a little piece over here started coming off. So I don't know that's exactly what's going on, but I'm going to keep working on it. Like I said, it's a $12 radio. I'm not gonna be doing without my functionality here. I mean, I need to see the screen. That's all there is to it. That's just way too dark. And if that's the case, then I may try to change this display. Like I said, it's just a stupid idea, if you ask me. You can't see it at all in the daytime. So, all right, let me get close to it and see what I can find out. All right, there you can see the results of what I've got going on here. There is, in fact, a regular LCD display behind that, and that's what we were after. Now, this is not a protective cover. This is actually a shade, or whatever you want to call it. You know, keeps it dark, and I don't know exactly why it does that, but it does not work as it should. I can tell you that. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off the rest of the way, and we're going to give it a see and see what it looks like. Like I said, I don't think this was actually meant to come off, but I'm going to take it off if it helps me. See, I had to heat this up to get this done. Look how dark that is. Jeez, oh Pete's. No wonder you can't see through it. Unreal. So I don't know exactly how well this is going to work out. And I don't really care. Like I said, this is a $12 radio, and I'm not going to be dealing with a bunch of crap like this. You know, so even if it ruins the radio, I don't care. And I don't think it's going to, but... So there you go. There's a piece of crap like you wouldn't believe. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and put this back in. If it works, it works, and if it don't, it don't. I got a little spot down here. I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know if that's got to be peeled off too. Looks kind of, feels like it. Let me check that out and I'll get back. I have the radio back in. It looks better, but there is a problem. Let me turn it on. It works fine, but there are no display at all now. As you can see, there's just nothing there. So apparently that wasn't fixed. Wasn't the one I was after anyway, I know that. So anyway, that's just like I said, I run the $12 radio, but if you can't see it, what's the sense in having it anyway? I mean, it's no different now than it was. It works just the same. I can't see it. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to leave it like it is, and I may look online and see if anybody else is having this problem. And obviously that layer of whatever that was part of the display, I guess, but it doesn't look like it should be. But you know, that's all. I think like I said, it's just a weird looking display. But I may, like I say, see if I can't find another one of these and change it. You know, it all depends. If I could buy another radio for less money than, you know, I could buy a display, I mean, that would be kind of stupid on my part. So that's gonna do me. It's after, well, you can see there, it's 10:25 in the morning, and like I say, I have everything ready to go. I'm just sitting there killing time basically till it's time to go. So I'll leave here about noon. So all right, I'm gonna leave you guys to go with it. Like I say, there's I don't know if that's just like a backlight, because it seems like when you turn it on, it lights up. You can see there now. I've turned it back on and it lights up, but there's no display. You know, there's also a possibility that heat did something to it. It was pretty hot. But I am back once again, YouTube. We have successfully moved my mother back to Vivi. She is once again back in her apartment. She didn't really realize that she still had the apartment, or that was where she used to live and things like that. But she was getting more acclimated when I left. I left at let's see, it was almost 5 o'clock this evening. Wanted to show you, I came by Walmart. I had ordered this online before I left. Picked this up. Yeah, I splurged. I went all out. You know, I'd spent a whole $12 on the Blaupunk, and decided that was the whole problem. I needed a better brand, so I got a dual. I think these Chinese companies coming up with these old audio names is kind of funny. But anyway, this is what I bought, and I paid a whopping $17 for this. Now I want to tell you, this had better be a lot better. The other item was also delivered before I left. UPS dropped it off this morning, and that's it. And I'm going to take a look at it first. A little closer look, I should say. I'm not going to get in depth on either one of these. These are just going to go on my current video here. But I wanted to kind of show you a few things. Now, first off, these wires that are attached here are very brittle. I mean, they're very, very brittle. They just feel terrible. What I plan on doing is taking the cover off and seeing if these are, if I can get at these, They may be soldered on here, somewhere in here, and if I can, I'll go ahead and put new wires on it. And the same for the ones on the other side. These are probably not as brittle, but they're still pretty brittle. And like I said, I just, they're very stiff. You can see what they're doing with the strain relief there. They're just playing around with it. But so I want to try to take that apart and get that done first. This is lucky number 13, I'm guessing. Or no, it's actually T3. I think I see that now. Look like 13. Anyway, that's going to be a subject of a video. That's got a bent, hard to see, but you can see there, and this one's bent down. I'm going to straighten that back up, and I'll straighten this one up. It's a little bit more stout than I thought. There you go. Closer to it. So I'm going to do that, and I think a couple hits like that just about will do it. You can see it's coming together, almost straight. There you go. That's perfectly straight. That was easy enough to do. And this side looks, well, needs to come down a little bit, but they're easier to come down than they are go up. So those are good. I'll probably mount this on a platform of some kind, and like I say, I'm gonna show you where it's gonna go eventually. You can see over there next to the scope, in between the scope and the wires, there's plenty of room for this, and it's gonna plug in right there anyway. That's where it'll get its juice from. So that's probably where I'll put it when I get around to it. And you guys probably have all seen round to it. I started to say I gave Ezra his camera, but I didn't see Ezra today. He's with his father, and so when he gets back, he will have the camera, the tripod, and the cell phone holder. I left them with my sister, and so she said he's asked quite a bit about them, so he will get those when he gets back, and I'm hoping maybe he'll upload a video on it. You never can tell. So anyway, I heard Bob or somebody's texted me. I'm going to try on this. Let me put one more thing here. Like I said, this won't be an in-depth thing on this, but I'm going to try. I think this uses the exact same wiring plug that I have on the Blaupunkt. And if it does, if it's the wiring's the same way, I think I'm going to just try plugging this in. Because using these keys, you can get the radio out. That's how I got it out this morning and ruined it. I think everybody understands, or at least I hope they do, that I was just kind of fed up with that radio, and when I peeled that cover off, I just don't really see what that has to do with, it's just a piece of plastic. I mean, you know, I think it's the heat that did whatever it was going to do to it. It might even have messed the solder up on that, and that's probably one of the things I'll be trying on that, is to see if I can get the check the soldering lugs on it and see if that's what the problem is or what. But this is just a filter. I don't know exactly what kind, but it's just a filter. It's sticky on one side, so that's all that is. And like I said, if I have to, I'm going to replace the display in it. I think it'd probably be a good learning experience, if nothing else, and then probably either use it somewhere else or maybe even give it away. You never can tell. So anyway, that's that, and I'm going to get off here, and more on the AM Superhet receiver maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I have a video to put together for tomorrow. It has some of this in it, and it has me showing you for the what I did to the radio. And like I said, it may be a long one. I don't know how long it's going to be, so I'll try to get that edited to this evening and get that up for tomorrow, and at least we'll have something going on there. And then tomorrow, actually, while I'm sitting here, I can work on this maybe some more. Not sure what else is going on. So anywho, oh yeah, I know one more thing I wanted to address very briefly. And for those of you who wished Kylie a happy birthday, appreciate that. I have not been able to tell her of all the well wishes, because she basically moved out of her parents' house. She had one time had threatened to do that when she turned 18, and then she backed off of that. I don't know if that was just a cover, I don't know, but anyway, she did. And so we're all a little bit unhappy on that. You know, kids, 18-year-old kids think they know everything, and I'm sure she's no different. And she has friends telling her this and that. And I just hope she's safe. That's all I care about. I mean, you know, she's obviously was unhappy there, and I understand why. But, you know, every kid has to go through that. I mean, they have to live with their parents, and they have to take, you know, go by their parents' rules. She's no different. So, anywho, that's that. And like I said, if I do see her, I will tell her. But I haven't seen her yet, so we'll maybe hear about more about that in the future. I don't know. We'll see. You guys have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and we will see you.